So what's good, TMG fam? It's your boy Ellen. I'm back with another reaction. How y'all feel? Welcome back to the channel. Salute. So, do you, and I have to ask the question, do you believe in a parallel universe? Some may call it a parallel universe. Others may deem it to be a multiverse. Do you believe in it? So let me tell you where we're headed, right? This video here is the top 10 unsettling signals from parallel universes that no humans can solve, right? Now, for some of us, the hearing about a parallel universe used to be just something we watched or heard about in one of our little Sunday TV sessions of watching the Sci-Fi Channel or the Sci-Fi Network. You know what I mean? Watching sci-fi, that's probably the only time you would hear something about a parallel universe, right? Well, nowadays, it's less of theatrical, just thinking it in forms of TV, and more so in theory form nowadays, right? It's more scientifical, theorized, and hints of different things. Don't know about how much data we have, but it's more so to it today, right? So we're gonna dive into this video and see what they may have found and what signals they may have come across that they've thought, maybe some things we've already seen. And yeah, so to start off, answer the question, all right? In the comment section, answer the question, do you believe in a parallel universe? And we're gonna get to this video. If you're new to the channel, man, hit the subscribe button, join the fam, and let me know if you want to see more videos like this, taking you a little bit further in depth of what we can find. All right, let's get to the video.
Evidence is emerging that parallel universes exist. Today, we'll be looking at some of this evidence, from deja vu to visions saving people's lives to people seeing themselves in a different universe. Let's talk about this and more only in today's video. Starting off this countdown, we have the warning. This individual actually received a signal from his parallel universe self, and had he not, he might have actually died. So the narrator, who wants to remain anonymous, let's call him Robbie, was out walking one day when he saw a version of himself across the street. At first, he thought he was just seeing things, but surely right across the street was himself, just staring at him. He was dressed in identical clothing and everything. Robbie stopped and stared at him when all of a sudden his twin yelled out, "Run."
So, all right, let me let that just digest and settle in for a second. You're walking along and then you see not only a reflection, but you see yourself behind you. And then yourself has the audacity, to tell self to run. Yeah, you heard me right. I tried to decipher and break that down best as I could for y'all. Like, there's gonna be a delay there. Now the question is, are you gonna listen to self? Whew. It's just as weird and complicated as you heard it, is how that person had to interpret that and then react. Crazy.
Robbie stopped and stared at him when all of a sudden his twin yelled out, "Run." At that moment, a car came hurtling towards Robbie's twin. He saw himself get hit by the car, so he turned and he ran. And it's a good thing that he did, because seconds later, that same car came hurtling towards him. He looked back and Robbie in the car that hit him was gone, but there was a real accident that occurred right in front of his eyes. Had he not run, he would have been hit and killed. So he believes that his parallel universe self saved himself from dying. In our ninth
Final Destination, anybody? What is it, like 3 of them? I just watched a couple of them several months back. See where I'm going? You might need to watch that tonight. Bring back those type of emotions. Put those emotions in your life right now.
Spot today, we have the reverse signals. In 2016 and in 2018, scientists in Antarctica discovered radio pulses being emitted from the ground. The radio pulses detected high energy neutrinos and were discovered by the Antarctic Impulsive Transient Antenna, otherwise known as ANITA. But here's the weird thing. The signals were coming up out of the Earth and heading towards the sky. Since the signals were coming up from the Earth instead of down from space, people believe that they may be traveling back in time and therefore from a parallel universe. For this universe, the Big Bang represents the end and not the beginning. Coming in at number 8, we have
Whoa. I'm thinking it's gonna tell me, earthquake maybe? How many of y'all thought the same thing I was sitting here thinking? I was thinking, okay, she's leading up to say, okay, then after that happened, after the signals came, then earthquake. And now we might be able to somewhat, get a little bit of a head start in predicting earthquakes happen. No, she took that way left than where I thought she was going. All of a sudden we're talking Big Bang here. No.
For this universe, the Big Bang represents the end and not the beginning. Coming in at number 8, we have Euronymous. This story really freaking gives me the creeps. Basically, a Norwegian black metal fan believes that he's stuck in the wrong universe. So the story was posted by I Love Transylvania on Reddit. They asked for help and advice. It all started when he woke up and found out that his favorite musician, Euronymous, had died. But not recently. He died in 1993. Immediately, he thought that this was some kind of joke because just recently he had seen him in concert. The year he saw him was 2013, which is 20 years after his death, which is physically impossible. Not only that, but in the early 2000s, he bumped into him in a shop and even bought a record from him there. Not only that, but he can't seem to get in contact with any of his friends. He tries calling and texting, but their numbers are all out of service. So this guy...
That's gotta be a messed up... Can you... Waking up and feel, number one, you feel like he gotta feel like he's all alone, and to feel like your whole life, like it's almost like you don't exist in a sense. Everything that you've known is gone. That's why when you hear people saying, "Oh man, I'd like to be, if something happened, I'd like to be one of the last people on Earth or one of the survivors," would you though? I mean, it's just a legitimate question. Because think about the movie with Will Smith. Remember, he was out there and he walking in the store, he got the mannequin set up, and when the mannequin moved and all that. And him just being alone, you know what I mean? Like, that would be crazy. That would be crazy. So imagine this guy. I don't know if he's dealing with time travel, could possibly be time travel. But still in all, everything he's known is gone. It's kind of like a prisoner being locked away 40, 50 years. And then to come home and everything that you've known has changed. Technology is here now. Cell phones, computers, automated tech, all this type of stuff is here now. The world you know is gone. How do you exist? All you ever know is where you came from. That's why a lot of them end up going back into the system. That would be like, so this dude feeling like this, like imagine how he's feeling.
He tries calling and texting, but their numbers are all out of service. So this guy either thinks he's going insane or he somehow got transported to another universe, our current one, in which Euronymous passed away in 1993.
I know what y'all thinking though. Y'all thinking like, what he took. I know exactly how y'all think. Y'all like, yeah, he took something bad. He tripping, he tweaking. That's what y'all thinking.
In our 7th spot today, we have the man from Torrid. Now, this might be a perfect example of some accidental dimension jumping. Now, you might be sick of hearing me talk about this story, but it literally blows my mind. It's one of my favorite stories, so I'm sharing it again. For those of you who don't know, in July of 1954, a well-dressed man arrived at the Haneda airport in Tokyo, Japan. When he was questioned at customs, he said he was from a place called Torrid. However, as we know, Torrid is not a real place. So immediately the officers were like, red flag, detain him. Later, he was placed in a hotel and was monitored by 2 guards. In the hotel, his room was placed high up and there was only one entry and exit point. yet he still managed to escape. How he managed to escape is physically impossible. So, some people think that Torrid is a real place, but it's located in a different universe. And this man somehow passed through a parallel dimension and ended up at the airport.
It's like Wakanda, dude. That's like Torrid. Maybe that's a city in Wakanda.
Others think that it's all just a made-up legend. If so, then why did the story get international news and wind up in the papers? I don't know, it's up to you. You believe whatever, but I think it's freaking creepy. Coming in at number 6, we have the...
Yeah, exactly. Somebody explain, like, I know everybody on that detail lost their job.
Parallel drivers. You're about to notice a trend here. A number of parallel universe stories feature cars and car accidents. It's quite weird. Like this one. So this next guy was visiting his grandparents when he was almost hit by a car. So he was in a car park when a car nearly hit him and another car. As the car passed him, he got a look at the passengers. And that's when he knew that something was very off. In the car, there were 3 passengers, a woman, her daughter, and a male driver. What was weird is that they were all staring, looking forward, with no emotion on their face whatsoever. It looked as if they were all just zoned out or in another world. Maybe quite literally. As the car continued driving by, he realized that it was his family's car. Freaking out, thinking that their car had been stolen, he ran to his family, only to find the car parked in the grandparents' driveway. Now, I don't have an explanation for this one. I really don't. But it seems like the people in that car were from another dimension and were unaware that they were appearing elsewhere. Seems like the 2 universes might have merged for that second. We're now at our 5th and halfway mark with Deja Vu. After all this time,
That's what, and I'm glad she brought that up, because that deja vu to me is always a weird feeling, and it always makes me think that it's more to it than just somebody just saying, oh, that's just deja vu. It's gotta be more to that. That feeling, it's gotta be more. That is one of these strangest feelings I don't know, man. I don't be liking deja vu, man. I don't. I don't at all.
That second. We're now at our 5th and halfway mark with Deja Vu. After all this time, scientists don't have a clear explanation for deja vu. They believe that everyday deja vu experiences might be linked to the memories in our temporal area, but they have yet to prove this or come up with any other explanations.
So it is our brains, and I believe in your thoughts become things. So I do believe that. So it's like our brain takes a memory and just like flushes it out and forces it to come true once you put it into the universe, but you didn't speak it into existence. It's like thoughts become things, I guess. Again, I answer my own question, but yeah, deja vu. No.
Area, but they have yet to prove this or come up with any other explanations. Others believe that deja vu occurs when different universes are in sync for a short period of time. For example, maybe in one universe you picked up a bottle of wine to pour yourself a glass, but maybe a different version of yourself in another universe picked up a beer. This happened at the same time, so you're in sync for that moment. And that's when you get that feeling, like, didn't I just do this? It's because your other self did something similar. Coming in at number 4, we have precognitive dreams. Precognitive dreams are dreams that can predict the future, or they can provide you with information that you wouldn't have otherwise known. There are a number of people that have had this happen to them, including myself. I've had dreams and then the next day it's come true, and there's no possible way for me to have known that this was going to happen. In fact, we have a whole series on dreams that have predicted the future, so if you want, check that out as well. Anyways, one theory is that these dreams are signals from your other self in a different universe.
I always thought that was kind of deja vu too, as well. Anybody else? I would call that deja vu as well.
Maybe something is about to happen in your life and has already happened in their life. Or they're sending you a signal in your sleep to warn you about upcoming dangers. Moving on to number 3, we have the change of route. A couple of years ago, the next narrator was walking to work one day when they all of a sudden had an urge to take a different path. Every day they took the same route, but today they decided to go down a different way. So they turned and went down an alley. Now, I mean, any normal person would be like, no, don't go down that creepy dark alley, you're gonna get mugged or killed. But something was telling this guy that he needed to go down that way. So he did. And that's when he zoned out. He said that his mind went scrambled. He also said, and I quote, "I felt like I didn't have a body anymore, just that I was a semi-conscious entity floating through some weird dimension. All of a sudden, in the array of different colors and shapes, a vision came to me. It was a bunch of strange-looking people that in my mind resembled businessmen in suits. They looked startled and panicked that I could see them. One of the people made a quick movement and everything turned black. Then when he snapped out of this, he found himself on a completely different street, back on his way to work." I don't have an explanation for this.
I don't have an explanation, but I know we've all somewhat had a feeling like that. Maybe not as in depth as his went, but I've totally been doing things and then flash forward like 5-10 minutes later and be like, don't even recall the last 5 or 10 minutes. You know what I mean? You ever did that driving? Oh my gosh. You be driving along and you just zone out. You driving and you just zone out. And then like you forget and you like, you come to me like, and don't even remember the last 10, 15 minutes of driving. That's scary and crazy at the same time, but it's happened. You know what I mean? It's happened. So I can totally relate to that, just maybe not as in depth as I'm seeing people or something like that. Or it could be maybe what I'm thinking about at the time would be as in depth of what he's talking about, but I can totally relate.
Honestly, it seems like for a split second he was looking into another universe or something though. In our second spot, we have the close call. Several years ago, this guy worked at Little Caesars Pizza. He worked as one of those sign spinners, you know, to get people into the store. One day, while
Hey, those sign spinners are talented, bro. You catch the right person with the right attitude and motivation, they'll have you sitting at a light for like 5 minutes and just to watch them do it. Or you circle around the block to come right back just to watch them do it. I'm the only one that done that? Okay, you're lying. It's okay. You ain't got to. I'll always tell on myself. You know what I'm saying?
Spinning, he saw a van heading straight at him. It drove over the curb and hit him directly. He felt it crush him against the street post. Then everything turned black. But all of a sudden, he gasped and he was awake and still alive. He's still on the corner and he's still holding his sign. No car was there. He was alive. Since he was shaken from the experience, he decided to go inside the store for his break. As he walked away, he heard a loud crash. As he turned around, he saw the same van crash into the street post where he had been standing. So maybe in another universe, he died from that car crash. In this universe, he survived. And
I'm walking outside, I'm kissing the ground, I'm breathing the air, I'm being thankful, I'm praising, I'm doing man. When I walk outside, bro, after seeing that, and that all, it goes back to reminding yourself, man, you gotta live each day to the fullest, bro. To the fullest. Don't leave no stone unturned. Don't leave nothing at chance. Man, do you enjoy life.
in our number one spot today, we have the portal. There's a cabin in the Marcahuasi Stone Forest in Peru that apparently is a ticket to another dimension. This story was told by a woman who one day was out camping in the forest with her friends. That's when they heard music coming from another area in the forest, so they decided to follow the sound and check it out. Then they came across a small stone cabin. It was illuminated by torches. What was weird is that they could see in through the windows, and the people inside were wearing 17th century fashion. The women, being curious, decided to go check it out. In fact, one of the friends was a little too curious, and she tried entering the cabin. She stepped foot inside when her friend pulled her away. Instantly, half of her body became paralyzed. It was the half that entered the cabin. To this day, she still remains paralyzed on that side of her body. So it's believed that this cabin would have taken them to another dimension. Since half of her body entered another dimension and then was yanked out, it threw off her nervous system, resulting in her partial paralysis. Alright guys, that's all for today's video. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Do you believe in alternate dimensions and universes? Let me know.
Yo. Whoa, that last story right there, fam. Now everybody gonna be trying to look this story up and to also see where this place is at. Yo, man, y'all leave that alone. You know what I'm saying? Leave that alone, bro. But coming full circle I gotta ask y'all again. Do you believe in a parallel universe? Do you? All these signals and different things, stories that people have went through, things that you might have felt, just couldn't quite put a finger on what it meant or what you was dealing with or feel. Like, do you believe now, or do you have more questions? I definitely got more questions. I definitely want to hear more stories. So if y'all know of some more videos like this, man, let me know ASAP. ASAP Rocky, like Rihanna. You know what I'm saying? ASAP. All right? And yeah, man, y'all get at me in the comment section. Let me know what you thought of this video. Leave a like, share the video, subscribe if you're new, and stick around and stay tuned, man. Till the next one, I'm gone. Peace.